Hello everyone and welcome to Mission Briefing, this week's edition of the newsletter for Rosny Seventh-day Adventist Church. Have you noticed it can be difficult to get good service these days? Perhaps you've had the experience of phoning up a company only to be met by an automatic message sending you to a website when all you wanted to do was talk to a real person. Is it any different at church? Is service difficult to find? You know, for some people, coming to church is a consumer experience. They come to church to see what they can get. Whereas Jesus taught us that we should come to church looking to see what we can give. Jesus was the ultimate servant. In his life, he practiced self-sacrificial service in both his life and in his death. And he calls us to that too. There's a passage in Matthew chapter 20 where Jesus is responding to two of his disciples who have approached him about getting better positions than the other disciples. And Jesus tells them that if you want to become the greatest, you must become a servant. As we come to church to worship, as we move about in our communities, may we adopt the example of Jesus in self-sacrificial service and putting others before ourselves as we seek to reveal God in the way we live day by day. Now, this coming Sabbath at Rosny, we have our 8:30 prayer meeting that takes place, and I was present last week and we had a lovely gathering and a conversation about a passage in the Bible, so you may want to join that 8:30 prayer meeting. And then of course we have our Sabbath school program at 9:30, and at 11 a.m. for the 11 a.m. service at Rosny this week, Pastor Cosmin Damarica will be sharing a message with you, so I'm sure you'll be blessed by his ministry this week at Rosny. Now, for the last few weeks we've been talking about the Check-in Taz app that is available to download, and that QR code will be available. You've probably already seen it, maybe some of you have been using it in the foyer as you've come into church, but from this Sabbath onwards it is expected that that system will be up and running in businesses across Tasmania. So when we come in, if you have not yet already downloaded the app, the Check-in Taz app, please do that this week, and as you come in, use your phone and scan the QR code. For those who do not have a smartphone, of course, we still have the paper and pen method, and thank you for your cooperation as we seek to register people and maintain those details for the purpose of contact tracing should ever we need it. Well, soon our nominating committee will be sitting, and the nominating committee puts together suggestions for the list of officers to serve the church in the next 12 months. And of course then that report, that list, is then voted upon and ratified by the church membership as a whole. So the whole church has the final decision. But as our church nominating committee meets, it will be very helpful to us to know what you would like to do in terms of ministry. So we're going to attach to our newsletter this week a little form that you can fill in to indicate what kind of ministry you would like to be involved in the next 12 months. You can then fill that form out and put it in the offering bag, or alternatively you can just email me. The details will be in the newsletter for you to do that. But we would like to hear from you so that we could know where your passions lie, where you believe your giftedness lies, and where you would like to serve in the church. We cannot guarantee that you will have the position that you asked for. We can't accommodate 10 head elders, but if you indicate to us the kind of ministry you'd like to be involved in, it will be very helpful to us to try to place you in the place where you believe God is calling you to be. So thank you for your cooperation and participation with that. This coming Monday evening, Rosny Church will be holding its Leaders Forum. So if you have items that you would like placed on the agenda, please send them to our church clerk, Api Bocchino, or you can send items to me. And just want to remind all those that are on the Leaders Forum that our meeting begins at 5:30 Monday at the Rosny Church. Now, each week going forward on our Facebook page, I'm going to endeavour to post a banner for a lead card that sends you to a Hope Channel website where you can do a certain series of Bible studies. And the reason why we're doing this is we want you to take a look at those, and if you find them helpful, we want you to forward these on to your Facebook contacts, to your other contacts, so that they too might benefit from these online Bible studies. You know, in the past we have had paper lead cards that we've letterboxed and then followed those up at the doors, and we'll be intending to do that. At the moment we're just waiting for some more lead cards to be printed. But these electronic versions are very helpful. You can click on them, go straight to the website and begin a series of Bible studies, and those Bible studies we think will be very helpful to our friends and our contacts. So look out for that in the newsletter, look out for it in the Facebook page, and do some of the Bible studies yourself. Do them with friends, and then if you find great benefit in them, please pass that on to your contacts so that they may be blessed too. Please continue to check the newsletter, where you'll find details of the junior prayer meeting, the singles snow camp, the teen camp, and also the Adventist Global camp meeting that is planned for May, and those details will be in the newsletter. Our free online resource for this week is from Creation Astronomy Ministry, and back in February I had posted a link to their first volume, which you can find on YouTube. This week we'll place in the newsletter the link to that, but also to a link to Volume 2, which is Our Created Stars and Galaxies, and I'm sure that you'll find a lot of useful information in that from Spike Pasaris, who put these materials together, and he's done a lot of work in the area of astronomy and how astronomy reveals the truths that Scripture reveals too. So we hope that you'll find those resources valuable and that you'll share them with others. And finally, we'll leave you with the words of Paul in the book of Romans to the church at Rome, where he writes, "Let love be without hypocrisy, abhor what is evil, cling to what is good, be kindly affectionate to one another, with brotherly love, in honour, giving preference to one another." May we carry out these words in our ministry and in our daily lives, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.